I don't know how healthy they are. Like being taught that, oh, if you have a bad thought, then you're sinning. Or if I think of a sin that I'm sinning, I'd even do it.
It's not going to make me want to believe more or want to do more or want to go study this or go play this. All it's going to do is push me away from it. Mm-hmm. Because now I feel like I don't find a love for this. And it seems like there's something to this that I don't understand, that you understand, that you're not translating. And the older you get, the more you realize, yeah, that's just not it.
That's not it. I would like to take Megan's class so I can come home and do some things. What was who's the last person you searched on Instagram? Or the last account?
I mean, I could look, but you want me to look right quick?
Yep. You don't remember?
Welcome back to another episode of Real Cozy Talks. I'm your co-host Ty, my lovely wife, co-host Nella. We're here to bring you real topics, real views, and real cozy vibes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please like, please share, please follow us on the gram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. Your support goes a long way.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Hit that subscriber button. We're 3 subscribers away from 100, so hit that subscribe button.
What we sipping on though?
So we have the Robert Mondavi Cabernet Sauvignon. And yeah, we've had this before. I like it. I love cabs. So
yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Cheers to episode 6.
Cheers to episode 6.
If you don't drink wine, you'll probably think it's a little bit dry, but
yeah, for sure.
I'm used to it though.
For sure.
But I gotta ask, how are you feeling? What's going on? What's new? What's popping?
Feeling all right. Slow week. Tiresome week. Mellow week. But a week.
Yeah.
How about your week?
My week has been ghetto as hell.
Yeah.
It has been very ghetto.
Yeah.
This is the most ghettoest week of my life.
Yeah.
No dramatization, but I'm trying to stay strong. Finding out that you're losing one of the closest people to you is a lot, but I'm gonna stay strong.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna cry. I'll probably cry later, but I ain't gonna cry right here. I'm keeping it together. I told myself that. I'm like, I'm gonna give an honest check-in, but I'm gonna keep it together.
You gotten stronger over the years though.
I know. The old me would have been up here cutting a whole food.
Yeah, for sure.
Like those videos they be posting. Mm-hmm. And people be just cutting up. That used to be me.
For sure.
But no. I think as I'm getting older, I don't know. I guess reality sets in,
Yeah.
And I'm just accepting reality for what it is. Like we all have to go one day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a hard reality, but it's still one. It's one that I've kind of been thinking about for a few years. So I think that makes it a little bit more manageable. But in the same breath, I'm like, I know I'm going to be sad. And that's okay because it's a normal emotion and stuff like that.
Well, you're doing a really good job of handling it, I think so.
Yeah, even though I've been crying a lot.
Yeah, but it could be worse.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm, like when something like that happens, you feel like, well, some people feel like, I don't know what I would do if I lost this person. I don't quite feel like that. Mm-hmm. I feel like, God put us here for a reason, for a set amount of time.
Yeah. And
I'm just grateful for the time I had. And still have, even though, I'm just grateful still, regardless of this ghetto ass life right now. It's a blessed ghetto life. Still blessed and still thankful.
Well, sucks to have such a hard pivot, man, but we do got to get into some real ish.
Yep. As usual.
We're talking about living through your kids as parents, living through your kids,
and how we need to stop as parents living through our kids, which is so hard. Do you ever find yourself living through your kids?
And you asking me?
I'm asking you.
Well, no, I mean, no, not really, no, because obviously, you know, they kind of figure out what they want to do. If you pay attention, they show you what they want to do. But in terms of like just living through them, pushing them in certain situations, no. I do remember when Malachi was little, he wanted to play well. I wanted him to be in some sports, but it seemed like he didn't want to play sports.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he just started rejecting it, crying. You're like, man, I want to go home. Like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm not about to be that person.
Yeah.
So I'm just pushing certain things on the kids. But then, like, if you pay attention after a while, they'll kind of show you what they want to do. And now he
definitely does what he wants to do, and he does that unapologetically.
Unapologetically, yes.
I feel like the line is so fine with living through them and guiding them in the way you think you should.
Yeah.
And sometimes for me, I feel like I kind of teeter that line a little bit. Like, and sometimes I feel confused. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like, am I living? It's not even like living through you, but how much of my ideologies and the things that I want for my kids, like how much is too much? Like right. That's the hard balance for me. Because like with the sports thing, it was easier. We let him try, you know, his little sports for 1 year or whatever.
Right.
We tried just about every sport, right? Well, except for football, because my kids ain't playing football. So is that like me living through my kid because he asked?
Yeah, a little bit.
He asked, like,
I mean, it's like it's yes and no.
Yeah.
No, because you're just trying to be protective,
right,
of your kid. Yes, because he genuinely expressed interest in something that you kind of like blocked off. But it's not like he didn't understand. You know, he let it go. So, but at the same time, I think it's a mild example of that.
Yeah.
When I'm more so speaking of like, you'll have parents that say, you know, I didn't make it, so he's going to make it in this, and we're going to make it in this, and that kid do not want to play ball.
Yeah.
Now they happen to be good at it.
Yeah. But it's not their dream.
No, they don't really want to play ball.
Yeah.
You know, so no, I think it's just a mild situation, but it can be an example of it.
I feel like through education, sometimes I live through, in a sense. It's like sometimes I feel like I am doing what I'm supposed to do as his mom, telling him to get good grades and this, that, and the third. But I feel like there are like some parents have the ability to take the approach like, I'm just going to let them fail, right, because that's the only way that they're going to learn. And for me, I can't do it. I cannot sit up here and just watch you fail.
But because it's an example of you though.
Right. Because I didn't.
right.
I didn't. I turned in my work on time.
Right.
He doesn't always quite do that because he's so smart that he feels like, but I'm going to take this test and get an A though, and it's going to balance it out. Whereas me, I just turned in my work.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean,
I live through him for sure in that regard. Like I want to see him do so good that he gets scholarships and that he goes to whatever school he wants to go to. Right. And I feel like I definitely, in some ways, push him towards the major he chose. Because there's no reason why this boy should have known he wanted to be an engineer.
Well, I do think this. I think that in some cases you should push the child to certain areas because a lot of times at that age we don't know what we want to do, but we know as adults what's out here.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? And just putting them in the realm of like-minded people and putting them in the realm of just showing them, hey, listen, if you go this route, it's not going to be what you think. You're going to go this route because you are not going to go out here and say you want to be like a historian. I'm sorry, but I'm giving an example that's not going to translate very well into the real world. Whereas if you want to be an engineer of some kind, you can build real skill and contribute to real change,
right,
throughout society. So I think, you know, it is fair to kind of like push a bit in education because at that age you really don't know. Yeah. I will say this though, in terms of like to pivot slightly in terms of religion, I'm going to ask you, like, as a child, did that have some type of chokehold on you?
Yes. Yes. I don't want to like use the word traumatized, but I do feel like I feel like I've healed from that now because I'm more confident in who I am as a person and the things that I believe for the most part. But I feel like the way, especially me being Jamaican, honey, Caribbeans and religion is kind of like Southern. You Southern, so you get it. Y'all are deep into Christianity at a lot of the times. And it's the same thing. Like, bro, it's a church on every corner. Like, it is a big part of the culture. Like, God and all these things. And I believe in God and I love God. But I think some of the things that I was taught growing up, I don't know how healthy they are. Like being taught that, oh, if you have a bad thought, then you're sinning. Or if I think of a sin that I'm sinning, I'd even do it.
Right, you didn't do it. Right, you have you just having free thought, or like saying, you being a good person isn't good enough.
Yes, like
how is it not? How is
it not good enough? What you got to spread the gospel. You got to do this, and all those things are true. But I just felt like everything I was doing, I was going to go to hell for it.
Right.
Everything I did, I felt like I am going to go to hell.
Straight too.
And I was talking about that with my sister, like how we just felt like all the time, like we couldn't do anything because we're gonna go to hell, and we're gonna burn to smithereens with Satan. We're gonna feel the fire for like what they say for 70 years. Or something. I don't know. I don't even recall because I've checked
7 times harder than something like
that. But I just feel like I think, bruh, definitely those religious views was pushed onto me growing up, and I'm like, I'm not doing that to my kids. As far as teaching you about the Lord and all that, and God, or higher being, or like our kids know God. That's who we refer to.
Right.
The higher power as in this house, because we're Christians. So I think it's easier for us to just call him God.
Right.
But as far as making my kid feel fearful for not being perfect, I'm not doing that.
Right. Because you should be curious.
Right.
You should be curious. There should be room for curiosity. There should be room for your thoughts to flow. You should be able to question things.
You should be able to question things, and you should be able to have positive and negative thoughts. Like, we have so many thoughts. I can't even remember the number of thoughts that we have, each day or whatever. And you mean to tell me just because one of them's, just because I'm thinking negative or thinking of a sin, that I'm a sinner? Like, I was real live taught that. I don't know if they taught that to you growing up.
Yeah. I mean, I've I've definitely been in some rooms where that was a thing.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not about to do that. I am not doing that to my kids. I'm not. We're going to pray together. We're going to believe and trust in God. But as far as, I feel like that contributes to so many mental health issues too.
Yeah.
I think even for me, like, I know that for me, I won't say I have like this horrible mental health history. I don't, but I beat myself up a lot. Like, I'm very hard on myself. Very hard on myself for, if I have a misstep in life, bruh, it doesn't haunt me anymore, but those things used to haunt me so much to where I would just be thinking about everything wrong that I did, and it just be repeated. And it's just like, bro, that is not okay. I don't blame my parents or anything, because they're only doing what they were taught.
Yeah, what they were taught and what they think.
Yeah.
That what should happen.
Yeah.
But now, with education, with the internet phase, with more people talking about things, you realize like, okay, there's more to it, and we need to be more of a source for guidance rather than putting fear into like people, because
that's such a good point.
Yeah, because it's not going to make me want to believe more or want to do more or want to go study this or go play this. All it's going to do is push me away from it. Mm-hmm. Because now I feel like I don't find a love for this, and it seems like there's something to this that I don't understand, that you understand, that you're not translating. And the older you get, the more you realize that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it. I do enjoy, a lot of aspects of religion and Christianity and all that. I still consider myself a Christian.
Yeah.
But as far as like the extremist views and all of that, like I just try to be a good person. I try not to sin. Lord, forgive me when I do, honey. Because I try not to sin, because really sinning, the sin commandments make some sense now.
Yes,
they make some sense. But at the end of the day, we are not perfect people. That's why God forgives us. That's why God still loves us in spite of. You preach that, but then you make me feel like I'm gonna go to hell if I do the smallest thing.
And having crazy thoughts.
Yeah.
We're just having thoughts.
Meanwhile, you out here cutting up in the world. And that's the craziest part for me. Like, I know that we shouldn't use the things we see in the church to kind of make us stare us away, but it's just like, you preaching all that got me over here scared. Meanwhile, you married, got 2 of the congregation members pregnant.
Right. Right.
Drunk on the weekend. Like, don't make me look, I'm gonna have my wine.
Right, for sure. They had wine in the Bible.
You
too,
know.
But you know.
Look, they'll make you feel like you sip wine, Lord. you finna be with the devil.
Listen, I do this. I do think that a lot of it comes out of. I think most of it comes from love.
Absolutely.
We may not know how to channel it always, but most of it has good intention behind it. But it doesn't negate the fact that it can be a lot at times. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, I do think that structure, it doesn't mean you don't have structure, right? Hey, listen, you need to at least do these things for now because it builds character. You learn how to work as a team. You learn how to,
be respectful,
share the wins, things of that nature. There are some good in it, but when it start becoming more of like I don't want to use the word like abuse because that's not the word I'm looking for. But when you see that it's wearing on the shoulders of,
when it feels a little cultish,
you feel me? When it feels a little cultish, it's like, oh, okay, you might need to rethink some things.
What about the choices that your child choose to make as far as like who they want to be with and stuff? Like,
that's tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough.
Yeah,
because you rather see it your way, right? The way that you saw it the way that you saw the future for your family. But at the same time, that's not your life to live.
I totally agree with that.
It's not your life. Yeah,
it is not your life to live, and that's something like in our culture or whatever, dating someone of the same sex and all that. I grew up thinking like, you finna burn, you're finna go, you are going, but it's just kind of like, I'm gonna live my life the way I choose to, and I'm gonna still love and support my kids and whatever life they choose to live, as long as they're not hurting nobody, killing nobody. Because you have to, come on now, when you're having a kid, you gotta know there's a possibility that they're gonna be different than you. Like, there's a possibility that your child might be different and like different things than you.
Right.
And for you to, some parents will be like, I will never talk to my kid again, or this, that, and the third. Bruh, you supposed to be the person that your kid can lean on. Regardless of how hard it is for you, your kid is supposed to be able to lean on you and feel like their true selves with you first. Because if they don't feel safe with you, where else they gonna feel safe at?
Exactly. That's a great point.
Yeah. So if you don't agree with it, I'm sorry. I just feel like you need to just suck it up and get over it, because I just don't think it's right. Like, my job as a parent is to just raise somebody that's respectful, somebody that loves people for who they are, and somebody that's just confident in who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are some things we can take away from this?
Man, balance. First of all, giving yourself grace as parents.
Yeah.
Because there are going to be times where you feel like, well, I did this way, so you should do it this way. Or I wish I would have done that way, so you should do it that way. Like, I pushed Malachi, like, you need to get this scholarship because I didn't know nothing about a scholarship. So you need to do this, that, and the third. And It's just like, baby girl, calm down. Like, he's 14. It's okay. Like, let him make his mistakes too. Because when he over here, now you look, now you got to help out a little bit. No, just kidding. But it's just like you're not gonna get the same things, and that's on you. That's on you because I'm not spending $50,000 a year for you to go anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. I think that if you do, in my opinion, if you do struggle with the living through your kids thing, because I know it can be tough for some.
Mm-hmm.
If you do struggle, at least put them in a situation to where they can at least see if they like it first.
Right.
And then if they do, it's like, all right, okay, we got something. Then work in whatever you want to work in small doses.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go full throttle. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you do it that way, then it's like, okay, kind of see it differently now. But if you just allow them to make their mistakes within that space, right? Because they're only going to do but so much on their own. You do have to put them in certain things for them to like see the world and just to
Right.
experience different things. So you do have to do that. But at the same time, once you do that, let's see if they like it first.
Facts.
Cool. We like it. All right, now we can move on from there.
I love that. Well, I feel like we do a pretty okay job
For sure.
of not living through them too much. And when I find myself doing it, I'm going to reel myself back in and remind myself that this is their life. It's time for some hot topics.
Hey.
All right. Robert De Niro. This is about you, child. Robert De Niro welcomes a daughter at 80 years old.
Trifling. Unacceptable.
Selfish.
Selfish.
It is very selfish. Sir, 80? 80.
That's selfish. You're not, I mean, it's going to sound real beat up, but you're not going to build the memories that you really want to build with that child. I mean, at that age, we don't really have much time left.
You really don't. I mean, you got your people that's fortunate enough to see 100 and all of that. Like my great grandma lived to see like 101 or 102. But baby, how much can you do at that age with a child? I feel like it's really selfish.
Yeah, you can't. You can't do what you want. You don't move the same. You know, I'm just thinking about all of those type of things. You don't move the same. You know, my grandmother died at 90.
Right.
So let's just say, 10 years. I'm going to say tops.
Tops. Child.
15 tops. Okay, boom, whatever. You can give the wisdom. But he could be just trying to leave a legacy. Maybe he just had an epiphany and it's like, you know what?
He could be. And maybe I'm thinking of it from a poor person's perspective, child. I don't got no Robert De Niro money, so maybe I don't understand the whole legacy talk. Maybe they look at legacy a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
But baby,
Jesus.
That's just, to me, that's selfish. But the thing is, you can pass away at any age, to play devil's advocate. So
exactly,
the parent could have been 25 and passed away when the child was 26. But regardless, you know that you don't have that much longer.
Exactly, just with the history. You live a healthy life, cool. Catastrophic things happen.
He should have thought about that legacy 40 years ago.
80? Yeah, there shouldn't be no surprises.
80. Moving on to Tristan Thompson. Tristan with third trimester Thompson. Let me stop. Moving on to Tristan Thompson. He's been suspended for 25 games after violating the NBA's anti-drug program. He tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug. Cleveland is disappointed in him, but they are sticking beside him. Who still uses performance-enhancement drugs?
I think some other people still are too.
So you think there's people in the league right now just using performance-enhancement drugs?
Yeah, for sure.
I thought that was a thing of the past.
It's not. I think there's still people in the league that still uses it. NFL, NBA, baseball.
That's what happens when you get too caught up in your career, honey, because it's never that deep.
It's never that deep. And so he had like a random drug test.
I would imagine.
Right, because usually they'll do that if, like, let's say, for instance, a player go off 70 points. They get drug tested the next day or whatever.
But we know he ain't put up 70 points.
He ain't put up those kind of numbers. So the fact that that makes it worse.
That makes it worse. Like, what are you doing?
You're not going to, I mean, Cleveland is decent, right? Cleveland is a good team, but you're not. Really?
Yeah.
Tristan? Like, that's my thing. It's like, really? Especially at the point in your career.
Like, why would you tarnish your legacy like that?
For sure, because at one point in time he wasn't getting a lot of burn. Now he kind of, he sees some playing time. But I think that it comes with you can be competitive, but I think there's a mental thing when it comes to competing on the level where you once did. And it's hard to do that when you get up in age.
That boy knew the average amount of time people played in the league when he started. So
Tristan, I blame LeBron.
Why? Because he's so great. People feel like they got to live up to his. Well, it's not happening. We won't see another LeBron for a while.
For sure.
We probably won't see another LeBron. Period.
Yeah, you might not.
Because that look,
and built like that, IQ and everything. Yeah, it's kind of.
It's different. He different. Tristan. Even the drugs not make you like LeBron. So you might as well not take them. Next. Whew. So 2 British museums are returning looted gold and silver artifacts back to Ghana 150 years after they were taken during conflict. So the way how they returned it is by way of a long-term lease, because I believe there's a law that prohibits, museums and stuff from returning artifacts and stuff to its origin. So they're doing a long-term lease.
150 years.
Keep it.
In my opinion, just keep it at this point.
I don't want it. I mean, I do think the museum is trying to make good. I think they're trying to do the right thing. But it's just like the country, for you to even have that kind of rule in place, knowing that y'all some dang colonizers, knowing that y'all stole from people, killed, destroyed. Like,
and when you think about it, listen, 150 years is a long time, right? But at the same time, it isn't.
Right.
When you think about it, because to still have some of those rules in place, like we are in the modern day era.
Y'all can make adjustments the same way they can make adjustments to benefit them.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. You still read those rules and it's like, well, it benefits us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why should we change it? None of those people are living. The people that took it and the people that suffered from them taking it. None of those people are around.
Well, people that immediately suffered. Because people still...
Yes, but I'm sorry. The people that immediately suffer, you're right. But the point that I'm trying to make is that was a long time ago. At the same time, it isn't. But y'all should look at those laws and say this isn't right.
Right.
The fact that you still have this law in place and that you're still saying we can loan it to you because of this law, that's not right.
Right. I still don't think it's right. I don't think they're going to take it back. Like, I think they're going to find ways to make sure the long-term loan stays in place or long-term lease stays in place so that they can, like, I think they want to give it back, but because the laws, they can't. But I don't care. F them laws. The laws don't be applying to those higher ups.
Just give it back.
Just give it
Ain't
back.
Nobody checking, bro. Just give it back.
Give
if
it
you
back.
really want to do right, just give it back. Cool. And
give it back.
Just I don't know.
Give it back. The same way I need to give Black people reparations. Give it back.
It's a topic for
a different topic for a different day, but give it back. I ain't waiting on nothing though.
For sure.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ain't waiting.
Nope. Next. So Apple, they were previously set to release a car in 2026. Wait, did you know Apple was releasing a car? You knew they had plans to release a car?
Yeah.
So they previously had plans to release a car in 2026, but that release date has been pushed back to 2028. Another thing that they're doing is they are dialing back on the plans that they once had. So initially they planned on making an autonomous vehicle without pedals or steering wheel, but they've dialed back on that plan and pushed back the release date of the car to 2028.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to have things out in the universe and realize how crazy it sounds.
It does sound crazy, but you don't think that day is going to come though?
That day is definitely going to come, but right now, while you still have certain cars blowing up, it's just not.
And all the recalls and stuff.
All the recalls, it's just not the time for that. Now, in 50 years, when you have it polished, maybe even 30 years.
Yeah. I just feel like we should never have anything like that. I mean, it would be great for people with disabilities and stuff. Like if you're looking at it from that perspective, like an accessibility standpoint. But I feel like technology is losing their damn mind. It is going too far. Technology is going too far.
Technology has gotten out of hand. You have everybody's I have to put it like this, but everybody's an entrepreneur. Everybody's an innovator. Everybody is an influencer. Mm-hmm. Everyone invent things. So it's like, especially in America, where you have everyone that can just do things. If you got enough money, you can make something happen.
Yeah.
But to have no car with no steering wheel, no pedals, That's next level.
It's too much. That's when you take it too far.
That's taking it too far because I mean, listen, a cell phone is one thing. I don't even think we fully gotten over that. It seems like it. I don't think so.
No. Because it's new stuff coming out every day on the phone.
It is a computer in your hand. It's a legit computer. Like, you can legit be powerful with that in your hand.
Legit.
And that's been here for 20 plus years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about the capabilities that it has. It's been here since 20 plus years now. To now fast forward and say that we have parking cars that park themselves.
Yeah.
Hell, I mean, we were somewhere, I think it was Chicago maybe.
And the car was driving by itself?
The car was picking up people to take them to their destination.
No, it wasn't Chicago. It was San Francisco.
It was San Francisco. You're right. It's called like Way something.
I don't remember the name, but I just think it's going way too far. Technology. I think my biggest thing is I do love technological advancements, but I don't like the fact that people are losing jobs as a result of all the advancements. Like, I'm not here for the government trying to regulate everything, but can you regulate things when it's actually like beneficial to the people?
Facts.
Like, it's already the world is already too much to afford. America is already too much to afford, and now people are getting laid off in the masses. This is when y'all need to step in and do something for the people, actually. And I don't want to say regulate some things because the government be doing too much, but come on now.
But chaos is what drives capitalism.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do anything for the masses because then you don't have a capitalism type of country.
Yeah, and that's how we run. You
have to have poor people. I mean, it doesn't sound right when you say it.
But that's the goal.
But that's the goal when you want this type of country. You have to have rich, you have to have poor, and you have to have a middle class that suffer for both sides.
Yeah. That's crazy-ish right there. That's crazy-ish. But that's it for Hot Topics. We moving on. It's time for...
You know what time it is.
Apply
that pressure.
So are you going first or am I going first?
You definitely going first.
Okay. As far as me asking the question, right?
Correct.
Okay. What is one thing you love or appreciate about me?
That you're a genuine human being and you care about people. So then you'll go out your way to do things for people, even if you sometimes don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. You'll still do it because you want to leave a lasting impression. Oh.
I'm glad you ain't say because you're a strong black woman.
Nah. I mean,
you know how men be. They be appreciate you for breaking your back.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but no, I appreciate that. I'm glad you noticed that.
What?
Yeah,
for sure, man. I mean, you do things. You try to. Yeah, I think your biggest thing is you just want people to feel good and to feel as though you left a great impression on them. And like no weirdness. I think you have a big thing with like weirdness and
yeah, I don't like weird niggas.
Yeah, you don't like weirdness, and you just want to have people love you for you just being the genuine person that you are.
Well, thanks, sweetie.
You welcome.
Thanks. Go ahead, cause look, I done asked the sweet question. I already know you about to have something crazy going.
Nah, I really don't have a lot of crazy things.
Okay.
This week I took a little.
Taking a little break from being crazy.
I took a little break. You feel?
Okay. What's your question?
What do you think your best quality is?
My best quality. It would probably be. God, it feels like a blessing and a curse in a sense because I found balance as an older person, but I guess that I like to make people happy. Yeah. I love seeing other people happy because I know how it feels to, not be at your best and like not feel, I don't know, like you accomplished all the things you want or you can do all the things you had set out to do and all that. So I'm like, if there's anything I can do to make someone else happy or help them when they need, even if it's just a listening ear, or do you need my time? Like, what do you need? I love that I'm always willing to do that, and it doesn't feel like a burden Like sometimes it can feel like a burden if I make it a burden because I take it too far.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But as I've gotten older and I realize, I'm learning like the balance, like a healthy balance. I love that I can do those things and not feel like super depleted.
But
yeah. Thanks for that, Barbara.
Yeah, because she does that too.
Yeah.
She does that, especially, that's a story for a different day.
What? Go on, tell it.
Well, I was going to say, when she first met me, I pretty much was a king.
Barbara's my mother.
I pretty much was a king. We got the purple on today, got the royalty. We got the royalty. I mean, my goodness. I'm talking about waiting at hand and foot.
She's still like that though.
Thank you, Barbara. Well,
it was just worse in the beginning.
In the beginning stages, because I think it was more so like we got to make sure that he knows we are a good family.
Right, exactly.
We take care of our people.
No, facts. Are you hungry, Ty? You didn't make Ty's plate yet? Ty needs this. Be quiet, everybody. Ty's sleeping. Do you remember that?
Yes, but you want your back rubbed? No, I'm playing. She ain't rub my back. No, she rub my back. But she would if I asked.
Exactly. She sure would.
She would rub my back. If I feel like, hey, my back is hurting, she's going to rub my back.
Mm-hmm. I definitely got that. I got those qualities from her for sure.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Next question. What was who's the last person you searched on Instagram? Or the last account?
I mean, I could look, but you want me to look right quick?
Yep. You don't remember?
You trying to get me caught? Oh, you trying to get me caught like that?
No.
Listen, I will say this.
What?
Because it isn't what you think, but I will say sometimes I'm a little nosy. I'll see somebody. Who is that in the blogs? Let me go see right quick.
Yeah. Oh, you don't. Look,
I don't.
Do not be caught up.
I really don't. But sometimes there's just certain things that sticks out.
You want to go see like what the hell happened?
Let me go see what happened.
Look, y'all guys be trying to act like y'all are above the tea, but y'all be liking a little bit of tea sometimes.
It was overtime.
Overtime. That's the sports page.
Exactly. That was the last person. Listen.
Let me see. Let me see the one at the top. Come on.
I mean, the one at the top doesn't count.
Yeah, because that's true. Okay, overtime.
You feel me? Okay. Look, do a little scroll. Go ahead, do a little scroll. Talk to me on the spot.
I do not go through his phone, by the way.
I had time to delete nothing.
I don't got time for that, honey.
Yeah, look, I had time to delete nothing. Yeah, goodness right here. You feel me?
Look, you did the little glowy thing, the little angel thing for the searches you got.
I will say this though. I will say sometimes I get a little nosy and be like, oh, okay, boom.
I think we're all a little nosy sometimes.
That'll be it though.
Yeah,
that'll be it.
That's funny. What's your question, child?
That was a good one, yo.
That was. Thank you.
I gotta get a little more creative.
Thank you. They got a little more creative.
I gotta get a little more creative. Yeah. That was a good one. Cause boy.
Thanks.
If I was somebody else, that was squirming. That was a good one though.
It was. Thank you.
What is your most cherished possession?
It has to be like something physical, right? Like a physical possession.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man. I don't have too many like sentimental things. I don't. It have to be my wedding ring.
Okay.
It will have to be my wedding ring. Let these niggas know. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, even though we don't wear our wedding rings all the time.
We don't wear them all the time.
We really don't.
Think we crazies for that.
Yes. I remember one time we went out and your cousin was like, where y'all rings? We're like, oh, we left them in the house. I mean, we in the hood, baby. We was in the hood.
You can't just be
at a hood club. I'm like, I don't know what's finna happen out here.
Facts.
We left them at the house. Remember?
Were we in Jamaica?
Stop playing with me. We were in your hometown. Apologize.
We were in Jamaica?
No, we do put on our little rubber rings when we go to Jamaica for the most part.
What was at my crib?
We went out when we went to that little. We went out to the little club as a family, and we felt like the mafia was watching us because we was there with the people.
We was in South Carolina.
We was. We was with the people.
Yeah, we was with them people for real. Yo, yeah, for. We had to take our rings off.
I said, oh no, baby. I felt like I had security.
That's a fact.
You remember that?
Yeah, we had to
take care of them over there.
Facts.
Oh, like this is the first and last time I'm coming out with y'all.
There was a lot of people there. Like it wasn't like a one way in, one way out type of deal, but it was.
Child.
It was. Yeah, it was craziness. You had dudes in 3-piece suits in that kind of.
Listen, it was that kind of place. 3-piece suits. I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on up in here.
You knew what time it was.
Yep.
Yeah, we was bare hand in that joint. There's a few times we'll go out bare hand though, but definitely in situations like that.
Yeah, some people would not be okay with that. But
sure.
Look, I just feel like at this point,
yeah, I mean,
I am too old.
I mean,
and I don't got. Look, child, is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I have 4 questions, but I know we only playing for 3. I just had to have a backup
questions.
depending on what you was
so
gonna
then
ask.
So you want to ask 4, so I get a little salty.
No, I got 3. This is my last question to you. Damn, which one I want to ask?
Dang, man.
What's something you're glad your mom doesn't know about you?
Ooh, about to know now. Let me think.
I don't think she watches though.
Let me think.
Then again, she is a little nosy. She probably is watching.
What's one thing that she doesn't know about me?
What's one thing you're glad she doesn't know about you? If it's too hard, I have a backup. I always have a backup.
It is a little tough, only because what? Let me.
I got the backup. Don't worry.
Because
that's a hard question.
That is a very hard question. That's a great question, though.
Mm-hmm. But you better think about it for next week because I'm coming back.
Okay, cool.
When was the last time you were embarrassed?
The last time I was embarrassed. Jesus.
Or just tell me an embarrassing time if you don't know the last time.
Okay, I'll tell you an embarrassing time because the last time I've been embarrassed, it's been like, even if the situation was an embarrassing one, I probably didn't register it as such, only because it's like
you don't be caring. So
I probably didn't register it as an embarrassing moment. But I'll tell you one that I told you before.
What?
Me and this girl was fighting in school. We was having this disagreement in school.
Physically fighting?
No, it wasn't physically fighting.
I was about to say, child.
And my teacher got tired of us arguing all the time. It was like you had people to do their thing, but with us two, it was just different. It's like I am so tired of hearing y'all. So then she made us hug in class.
For how long?
As long as until the whole class got back.
Oh my
because
God.
we were supposed to go outside and play or something, and we were hugging. And then the class came back, and we were just hugging. And by the time we heard the class come back, we were separated. And she was like, "No, I ain't tell you guys to separate. Hug again." And she just made us sit there and hug. And the whole class was in there. And she started like teaching us something, and like we were just sitting there hugging.
Did the class make fun of y'all after that?
They made fun of me. I don't know what they did for her, but they definitely made fun of me, like my friends and everything. But that was such an embarrassing situation because it's like, yo, what are we doing here? You just got us sitting here hugging in the corner of this class. Everybody can see us.
That's embarrassing as hell.
It's very embarrassing. She was sitting there, I ain't tell you how not to hug. I said hug. Did you see the video lately of the 2 boys that were doing the
Were they brothers or something?
The brothers.
Yeah.
And they kept having a high five and stuff.
Oh, no, I see that one.
Give me a high five. And the father was like, smile and act like you like doing this.
I didn't see that. That's what happened to y'all.
Yes.
I cannot.
Just like that.
That's embarrassing.
The last time I've been embarrassed though, that's a really good question. Because it probably, I tell you what. There was one day I was at the light chilling.
Oh my.
I was at the light chilling.
The red light.
Yes. And I don't know what I was doing. But then somebody was honking real bad and I ended up taking off, but I ended up like not illegally. But I kind of like went out in front of somebody and they were just sitting here. But it wasn't an illegal thing, it was more so like an embarrassing thing where we all see you. Like everybody saw me. So
the light wasn't actually green for you to go. They were probably honking someone else, and then you heard the honk and just whoop. Look,
I'm fish bowling it.
That is embarrassing. And you don't have your tints anymore. That's embarrassing.
I ain't got my tints anymore, man.
That is embarrassing.
Everybody can see me, so
look, I be want to look. If I do something crazy on the road, I just be want to crawl up.
I just act like I don't see them because I do the same thing to that person. Like I might pull up and just look.
Look, and they'll be looking straight.
They 10 and 2, boy. They don't see anything. I'll do that. I'll do the same thing. I'll just be looking at them because I know they're not gonna look. You know what you did? Yeah, I had that moment as well.
I cannot.
I just be looking like, yeah.
I cannot.
Okay, so really good question.
Is it?
Listen, I told you I don't have anything crazy for you this week. But if you want to add that fourth question,
I already asked it. You didn't know the answer.
No, but you said you have. Well, you're right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Do you have any skills that I don't know about?
Any skills that you don't know about?
Yeah.
Whoo! I had a skill. I feel like I told you about this though, so I don't know if that counts. I don't think I have the skill anymore, but that's why I can put like both of my feet up over my neck.
Yeah, but we talking about like currently. Cause
I might can still do it.
Can you?
Maybe I can do one.
Can you do it on camera?
No, cause I got on shorts, and that's embarrassing. Be up here looking like I'm not doing that. Okay, another skill that I have that you don't know about.
Yeah, and if you don't know, I have a question. I have another question.
That's a hard one, baby. I don't know. A skill. I feel like you know everything. You probably know way too much about me. I'll be telling you way too much.
Got you. Do you think twerking is a skill?
Absolutely.
You think it is?
It is. Have you seen some people twerk? They look crazy sometimes.
I've seen some people twerk, but you know.
I think it's a skill, and I don't think it's as provocative. Well, it can be. It can be very like.
But you know that some cultures actually like. That's
I know, and that's my whole thing. I don't feel like twerking is always this horrible thing. Like I get it's just obviously there's classy ways, you know. Cause it's just like two people can do the same twerk, and one of them look dirty and the other one not. But one of them look raunchy and the other one just look like skills.
But like even the raunchy is a skill set.
But it is, because when I see Megan Thee Stallion's work, I don't turn my nose up. I be like, you better go off, Meg. You better squat and have them cheeks going left and right. I can't do what Megan do. I can dance, but I can't like Megan dance. I can't Megan twerk. That's different level.
Yeah, that's a different level.
That's a different level of muscle control.
That's next level.
Yeah, so it is it's a skill because most people can't do it.
Dang.
That girl be going ham. And there's other people, you know, you see random videos randomly on your Explore page and it's just like, why? But I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh, shoot, but she's still getting it though.
They got classes for that too.
Yeah, they do. So it's a skill. If you could teach class, well, not everything, but it's totally a skill in my opinion. Totally a skill. No, I would like to take Megan's class so I can come home and do some things.
So if she do a class, you'll do it.
What?
Well, you'll pay
for it. Listen, VIP.
You're on the first thing smoking.
I'm coming, Meg. Be right there.
And then you come back and what? You was about to say something.
I'm just going to show you what I learned. Like, let me show you what Megan taught me.
Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Good talk.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Real Cozy Talk. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, sir.
Real Cozy Talk. And follow us on all our channels. Facebook, TikTok,
Instagram.
Yeah.
And subscribe to this.
Yeah. I told him to subscribe.
Well,
you'll tell him again. Subscribe to this.
I made it through this episode.
Yeah, you made it through the episode. You should be proud of yourself.
I'm very proud.
Very proud moment.
Cheers.
That means we could do anything that God
that God
allow us to do.
Amen.
Till next time.